I should also note one last thing that happened is so it's been a year, and well, actually, I can read this part. The snows and cold of the first winter after the War of the Vale have passed. The winds and weather outside are still bitter. The skies are like a concrete gray. Many that didn't die in the war against Ilaria and the undead have fallen to cold and hunger in the first winter of the Vale. Perenval started out with high hopes, but without food and steel and artisans that the town used to have, it was impossible to bring this dream into reality. And if that wasn't bad enough, in the first winter, a Knoll army from the east resurged and came across, and Kriv and the forces he had barely beat them back. And a lot of people died from that as well.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, things are not going well. Where would your throne be, is my question. Like, where would Ardrith spend his time? Probably, if people wanted to see him, they would have to go to the Reeves Hall, because like that's just where they would expect to see him. There are these big, as you know, Perenval is set on a hill, and at the top of this cliff overlooking what used to be Lake Maranthe, now people have come to call it the Devouring Lake, are these like, there's this big castle, and then there's Ilaria's mansion, and what used to be the temple of the Holy Beacon, which is also in ruins. And there are these big towering structures, and so if people wanted help, they would probably go to one of those, presumably. But where would Ardrith have spent his time in this time? And I'll put your map back, actually, for that.
I think a lot of my time would be out in the town, actually trying to help people to the best of my ability. Just trying to make sure that people had food and clothing, and
so just
trying to figure out what needs to be done to the city. And
yeah, and your compatriots.
Say again.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It cut out for a moment.
Your compatriots have been doing that as well. Caber has rebuilt the grounds north of where the slaughtered lamb, which has been burned completely to the ground, was, and he's built a kind of makeshift tavern to try to bring joy to the east side of town. They've started taking on calling it the Defender's Hill. Trukagash's forge is still in the same place. He's rebuilt his home, and he still operates in the same place. And Katawan has been working to build an arena, which has not seen use yet, but he has this vision that the town needs this like arena. The entire town is adopted. Katawan has had a big influence on the town, and they've sort of adopted his religion, basically, and how hard things have been. It's sort of like how people today see Sun Tzu's Art of War, and how business people might use the Art of War as like, you know, well, I can be that way in life, in my marriage, or as a mother, I can be have this ferocity and being ambitious and going after things, and that's sort of like how the reverence towards Tempest has been taken on by common people. So okay, so you've spent your time among, just like you did when you were an adventurer in Parabor, in Defender's Hill. Trying to make things better and going on adventures.
And I don't see Ardrith as having like a throne. Whatever throne was there, I can just see it like shoved to the side and knocked over on the floor in the corner, and like I've got like a chair from the kitchen, or from the ruins of the slaughtered lamb.
He sort of refuses to take on
this
finery, and that's sort of almost the ethos of the town at this point. This reverence towards the nobility and that used to exist here, and towards those that lived on the cliff, has faded. And there is an appreciation for what's rugged and utilitarian, especially with the survival of the first year. But there's kind of a consequence to Ardrith not taking on the very symbology of leadership. And in times, the council has pushed him back to the castle to answer to adjudicate things as a king or any autocrat might need to do. And today you find yourself there in a place you don't really like to be, in a mode that you're not comfortable with, and in a life that you've never known how to live. And that's where you've asked Kriv to come, and Undil has come to give reports. But before Undil arrives, Kriv has arrived at the Reeves Hall. What? Yeah, so that's where we start. Kriv has entered. What did you? Why did you ask Kriv here?
Well, my main reason is I need to discuss things about the town with him, and the fact I need to let him know that I'm getting ready to go on this journey into the mountains. It's like I told him at the end of the battle that, you know, I was going to need him to kind of look after things for a short time. And then I'm trying to think of, like, I've been trying to figure out something to gift Kriv from, like, the castle, but I have no idea, like, what kind of, something is like a symbol of a general.
You
but
said,
I have no idea what would be in the castle.
So Kriv is going to go with you, though, right?
Yeah, Kriv is going to ride out to a certain point with me.
Okay, I bet I know what that point will be. By the way, Joel, I was telling Joe earlier, like, I just want to play D&D today, so I don't, like, have a... we'll still do Overland, we'll still, like, have adventures, we'll make our way there, and I don't have a... I don't want to have, like, we're going to have this done by 2 hours, blah, 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 whatever. We'll go when you guys are ready. I just want to play. So, okay, so you say all that stuff to Kriv, and Kriv enters. Is there anything you want to say, Joel?
No. I just come in and greet Ardrith. I think we're both relatively men of few words.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of grizzled and tired as shit at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we stand by the water cooler and small talk.
No.
Like, I'm curious. Was there, like, any kind of object or special? What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Special insignia of some sort that the Reeve used, or that the sheriff or generals used. Like, was there a weapon or, like, a set of armor or something? It's like, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to, like, I want to gift to Kriv to be like, hey, you know, here. You probably won't care, but, you know, I'm just going to give you something, that way people know who you are.
Well, what would you say is like it's been a year, but let's go back and say that you did that. Like, what would you have given Kriv as a symbol of his office?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Since he's a general, it could be a symbol of rank or achievement, or a cloak, or a weapon, or a literal badge, or the votive itself that you put on Defender that imbued it with magic. It could be.
If you want to chip in from Joel, not from Kriv. So if you look at Kriv's character sheet, one of the things that comes with the soldier background is a tattered rank insignia. So this whole time, Kriv has been wearing this like torn up, shredded, almost unrecognizable rank insignia from his old days as a soldier fighting in the wars. And so, you know, I mean, realistically, without going to great expense, there's nothing you can give Kriv that, like, unless you're going to give him some dope ass magical weapon that's going to help him. But I think it could be, you know, a cool gesture to give him, like, the new rank insignia as general of Perenval, to, like, replace his old one, kind of this shedding of the old and dawning of the new.
Can we do this? Could we take part of Ardrith's downtime, like a very small part, like a week, like 1 10-day, and that 1 10-day was actually spent by Ardrith personally forging it, because you have blacksmith tools.
I think that would be amazing. Yes. So I am very happy with that use of that downtime.
Like, in a certain Star Wars show with the like
It happened.
the cool shoulder piece that the Mando got is what comes to my
Oh,
mind.
my bad. I got the wrong one. I was thinking of something else. Oops.
No, but when he gets
Yes.
the like special shoulder plate with his logo and emblazoned on it.
Yes. Yeah, a piece of armor that has filigree and things emblazoned.
Yeah, that would be dope. That'd be sick.
Okay, so that happened now, and you have a single pauldron with the symbology of Bahamut, the symbol of office taken by Joe, and that he's taken on with his kingdom. And it is the kingdom of Perenval. And so you can add that to your inventory, that you have the tattered rank insignia. You now also have a Perenval rank insignia of a general to your inventory, actually. And I'll add that to your journal later.
And that would have been made at Trukagash's Forge. Because I'll use no other.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's cool. I love that.
So you did that. You guys are there together. You explain your plans to Kriv, and then Undil enters the Reeves Hall at some point, and he has like a bunch of scrolls and stuff, and he waddles into the room and he says, my lord, your majesty, anyways, Felsane and I have finished activating the portals to shift Perenval, and we've obtained a device, my lord. It seems to be that we've moored with new worlds, and I have several reports that I've been asked to deliver to you, and I also have a report of my own.
Please, Sir Mudbelt, go right ahead.
He like kind of you see him almost kind of blush his big fat dwarven cheeks when you say sir, and
I've tossed the old throne back up. I'm like motioning Kriv to sit down. Like, here, you can sit in that stupid thing. you can take that seat, Kriv.
It's because he's so big. He's a dragonborn, so it's like the only seat
exactly.
that fits
He
anyways.
can sit on the big ass throne. I'll deal with like the little wooden chair. No big deal to me.
He says, first of all, my lord, I should tell you, your spellcasting council, your wizards, what we've been up to. It is clear that Perenval have shifted in the plains, and you can see that now the sun only rises and sets to the northwest. To the northeast is an everlasting darkness set in twilight. We have not explored the lands to the north, and wilds have grown up all around us. Even stranger, the forests and trees that were not even there, and it was an open vale in the farmlands to the east. And you remember, actually, when you went to the east before to hunt the werewolf, it was like these gently rolling plains and stuff like that in the countryside.
Yeah.
And he's saying that now it's like a dense foliage and tall trees have covered the entire area. And he says, we haven't explored the south yet, but we've sent Leo Dioeku, the Wandrite, to try to find some sort of settlement. We're out of supplies, you see. We need supplies for a ritual to try to determine who the Reeve was. And that is my report, sir. But there are other things that I've been asked to tell you.
Please, go ahead.
First
I
of
need all this information.
Our scouts to the road to the south have said that the road have been overtaken with wildlife, overgrowth, and bandits. People that speak a strange dialect have taken it up, and there are people that have been spotted trying to make it to the north along the paths and the mountain passes that used to connect us to Faerun. The road has fallen into disuse. We haven't the resources to maintain it. And it's like just overgrown now and, fallen into wilderness, and who knows what's there. But he's saying that there are people that seem to be like heading toward Perenval. As you may have seen, Lord, and we'll just say that you have like a big map there in your room. Does that make sense? Like this room where you have discussions? Like a mock-up?
I would definitely have a map.
Mock-up, yeah.
Definitely.
The town has sort of splintered in two. Much work has been done on the eastern part of the town. Our Lord Kaber has been working on a tavern, and Lord Carawan has been working to build an arena and to rebuild the temple, and the elf blade Hayon has been working on building a school for new adventurers for adventuring contracts, but I regret to report that the eastern part of the town has been taken over by gangs, crime lords, and people in the fallen sewage systems of the city. Businesses have been taken over by these criminals on the western part of the town. These thugs outnumber our forces.
That's not good news.
No, my lord.
I may have to pay them a visit soon.
Let's see what else I got here. Eastern passes, long road to the south. My lord, also, it appears there are 243 cases needing your adjudication by next Friday.
Kriv chuckles under his breath. knowing that Ardrith hates this.
I just glare at
Joe,
Chris.
you remember how, like, and I didn't design it to be this way, but you remember how in the Army, like in 320-1, you have like you need to do hazmat training, and you need to do safety training, and you need to do blah, blah, blah. And if you added it up, there are literally not enough days in the year to do all the training. Like,
yes.
that's you right now. Like, you have all these cases, and it's not going to happen. It's not even humanly possible. Never mind that you don't even know how, and you've been avoiding it anyways.
I want to ask Mudbelt what are the most important ones?
Well, just about every member of the Merchants Guild has got a case awaiting your adjudication that has been for several months, and that's the final report I have to give you, sire. It seems that many of the merchants and former town's guard that fought in the war have made plans to leave the city to its fate and depart.
Send word to them that I will give them an audience very soon.
Yes, my lord, I'll make a note of it. I'm sorry, your majesty. I know that these are not easy things to hear, and I'm not fond of reporting them. So long as I can't return to Faerun, I'm at your service. And he bows and he takes a note of what you said, and he departs into this empty chamber where you and Kriv are, and just say those are just rando suits of armor back there. You guys are alone in this cold castle in a crumbling and dying kingdom that has not the resources to try to recover from this war. And that's where I would say, even more so, your plan to maybe meet with this silver dragon seems all the more pressing now. It doesn't seem like you can put it off any longer.
No. Well, I originally didn't plan to in the first place, but then at the end of the last game, at the end of the big battle, you were like, "What's been like 3 years now?" And I was like, wait. Like, the plan was to go right after the end of the battle.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that was your plan. But then, you're swamped with hundreds of cases every single week, and people vying for your attention. And you've had a bunch of adventures. We've kind of went forward in time. There's been a war with gnolls. All this stuff has happened, and it's falling apart. And the thing is, you were a mercenary when you started this life. You were never you were never a diplomat or a noble or a bureaucrat, So yeah. My question is, how would you know where to find this dragon?
Oh,
who would you ask? What would you even do to try to find this thing?
I would assume that I've been preying on it and attempting to have some kind of sign or interaction or something to come through to let me know, okay, well, maybe something. Maybe there's like a flash of fire in the north or the east or the west or the south
Okay.
that I happen to.
A sign, right? Okay. Yeah, fine. That's cool. Let's do that.
Like I've been praying for like an entire year, taking like.
You do that. You find a place to do that, and you. The funny thing is, like Ardrith, like isn't even a pious or religious guy, right? So like he does. It's not like he even knows how to do that. So he's a.
Yeah, he just
he's
knows
like
that Muhammad has helped him in the past.
Muhammad, if you've got a sign, now would be about the time, or something like that. So let's see. Okay. You go outside and you spend some time in thought and desperation, and a strong wind blows from east to west.
All right, I think I'm going to turn into the wind to the east and look towards the eastern plains or forest or mountains or whatever we've got to the east. I don't have the map up right now.
It's plains to
it used to be the rolling hills, so now it's what you said, dense forests and. Okay, so yeah, that looks
with this.
Kind of like.
You gaze off into the from the hillside off into the steel gray sky of the east, and the wind blows even harder, and it blows to the west, and you can see a group of birds take flight, and they fly off into the just south of the setting sun to the northwest, or to the west.
Just south of the setting sun to the northwest. I think I'm going to take that as my sign. I think we need to head northwest. Or just south of northwest. So, southwest. No. So, I guess I'm going to like rush back to the castle to find Kriv.
Oh, I thought he was there with you.
Kriv's with me.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cool. After an entire year of being surrounded by constant need and demand for your attention and non-stop decisions, you're once again out in your element with Kriv. I assume you take your horses and Defender.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I get a little sly smile on my face and turn to Kriv and tell him, let's have an adventure.
Yeah, finally. It's been like a year you've been stuck almost. Like, sure, you've done a lot of things about town, but you're back out in the open country again, and the sun is setting, and you're keeping the setting sun ahead of you and to the right, because that would be northwest, right? And then, let's see. Yep, you're back out on the open Vale. Let's see. Let's do this. You still depart in the daytime. I assume you depart right away, or is there anything you want to do in town first? I should ask that.
I of course need to let Undil know that I'm leaving.
Let somebody know.
Town.
5-point contingency plan.
That way I don't just like disappear and everybody's like, "Where the hell's the king?"
Although it's kind of dramatic and fantasy like to be like, "Well, the king has disappeared," So that's cool too. So.
Well, Kriv almost forgets that he has a wife that he has to let know.
It's like we're just like so excited to go back out into the open plains. We're just like, forget everybody. And they're like, oh, wait.
About to ride out of town, and Kriv's like, oh shit, can we swing by my house?
Honey.
And I remembered, Undil. I've got to tell him.
Okay. And she's not your wife yet.
Really?
Technically. So one of the things that's really we'll talk about that later. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Yeah, obviously. So you guys let people know that you need to. Is there anything else you want to do in town? Like, is there something you want to buy or somebody you need to talk to? And I'm not leading you on anything on that. I'm just asking. I don't want to. But so you're choosing basically to depart is what I'm asking.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the one thing I want to take with me is I want to load up like I guess like a sheep
Okay.
if we have any, because I planned on taking the dragon something to eat.
Interesting.
Planned to be nice.
Do you pay for
Can't
it,
go
or
empty-handed.
do you take it?
Oh,
Because
I
you
pay
could.
for it.
Okay. How much
pay
money
for
do you have?
Oh God, I have no idea at this point.
It's on your character sheet.
I don't even think I made a note of it in my character sheet once because
Crib's
I was
got
like,
Crib's got at least 72 gold, so that should be enough to buy 8 sheep or at least like
gosh,
a large slab of something.
let's see, where's my money?
Worst case scenario, Crib can take something down out in the woods, a deer or something.
Yeah, that's an option too, of course. You guys could go hunting, of course, but all right, it's going to take 8 silver
I've got like
pieces.
one platinum and 95 gold.
Okay,
I don't
that's
think I ever plugged in all the stuff we got from.
And yeah, I didn't do that either. I never plugged in how much money we got from
so. If you wanted
everything
to
else.
actually use your own money, you could, of course, what do you call it? Appropriate it and say, "Hey, I'm the king. I need a sheep." You know, you could do that absolutely. Or
Oh
if,
no,
okay,
I'm supporting the town.
yeah, like they don't. They're in bad shape. So okay, it's 8 silver pieces. So you'd make it. What is that then? Now, 92 silver pieces and minus 1 gold piece, right? So, cool. Here you are. I put you on a map of the known area now. Let's see. I put a marker out directly to the west. That'd be like right there. And so,
I see a marker on Perenval, but I don't see a marker anywhere else.
sorry, it's harder to see. It's out here.
Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, it blends in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I see it now.
Okay, so pick a group guide as usual, and we'll make some rolls and then determine a route and tell me which way you guys are going to go.
Kriv, what's your
We could say that you
survival
start on the edge
skill?
of town,
I
though.
got a +3 to survival.
I've got a +4 to survival.
That's you then.
All right. Well, I'll be our guide.
All right, roll a survival check for. And you guys did take your horses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, go see if you. Make your initial roll for.
I rolled a 17 on this survival check.
All right, and tell me where you want to go. You can move 3 hexes on your horses in 1 turn, and that'll be a third of a day's travel.
So I think we're just going to head straight out of the city in the direction of the birds towards the Volos Cliffs.
All right. People have taken to calling it Vola's Cliffs because word of her is spread. Let's see. All right. One person roll a perception check.
I can do that.
And for the entire day, one person can choose to roll a survival check to find food.
I got 11 for perception.
Okay. And then one person can roll for food.
You got that, Joe?
Yeah, I got a 12.
A 12. Okay. All right. The area is overgrown, and you see the ruins as you march your horses out to the across to the west through the Vale. The fisheries that are on the west side of town that used to be there have been destroyed and were destroyed during the war. So a lot of signs of any kind of human settlements of people you don't see any, and it's grown up. But you're able to chart your way to the west, especially since Kriv has already been this way before. So even though it's changed over a year and it looks different in the seasons, you're able to make your way. You also know that so long as you keep the setting sun ahead of you and to the right, you should be generally okay, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Or
see.
the rising sun, apparently. Just the sun in general.
Yeah, and at this point of the day, you're waiting for it to begin. It's reaching its zenith and it's about to start setting. This is about afternoon. Let's see. All right, so that was successful. So you guys can go again.
All right.
Oh wait, and then for food, you do find your day's supply of food. By the way, do you guys have rations in your inventory?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you find food. In fact, Ardrith, you do, and so you find some small game, some like muskrats and weasels and stuff that you're able to gather together to keep for food just for that day when you set for camp.
Sweet.
So let's see, Ardrith, if you would make 2 survival checks, one for food and one for navigation, and then a perception check for Kriv.
All right. My navigation is a 14 plus 4 for 18.
All right, well that succeeds.
And then let me roll for food.
Perception is a 15 plus 3 for 18.
And my food is a 7 plus 4 for 11.
I forgot to ask, are you guys going at a normal pace or a really fast pace, or like, are you trying to sneak?
I think we'd be going at normal.
Okay. What did you get for your food again? I'm sorry, you only have to
11.
do that once a day anyways. But since you got an 11, I'll say that you got it for the next day. Okay, so you're successful again. You travel into an open area. The forests here seem to be getting thicker. And Kriv, you noticed that that's different than how it was the last time you came through here. There were a lot more open countrysides. That doesn't make sense. You're not able to determine exactly where you are. It doesn't look familiar hill for hill and stone for stone. But you do remember this area mostly being more open countryside before.
Right. Well, I mean, I turn to Ardrith and I say, be on close watch. This countryside does not look as it once did. In recent past, it seems to have come across the cause.
All right, the sun now to your ahead of you and to the right is now just beginning to crest the horizon. It seems like you probably have just a few more hours before darkness begins to set in.
Well, as Kriv tells me to that we need to be careful, I tell him that maybe we should slow down a bit.
Yeah, and you can
do the last leg of our day in kind of a sneaking.
Okay, you could do that, and you can see ahead of you across several rolling hills. Although it's dense, it becomes like a much more dense forested area directly to the west, and on either side, north and south of that, it looks like, although it's overgrown, it's not as dense. It's more like countryside. You can roll for your navigation, and Kriv can roll for perception with advantage, I think. Let me make sure here.
Oh, because we're moving slow.
Actually, add a +4 to your perception check.
Oh, Jesus. +4 on top of my existing bonus?
Yeah.
I rolled a whopping 8 on this navigation check.
All right.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 7 for a total of 16.
Okay. 16. Now we got some rolls to do.
Oh, hey, Ross, just a side note from a mechanics perspective. I changed my primal path, just so you're aware, from Path of the Berserker to something from Xanathar's Guide called Path of the Storm Herald.
Oh, cool.
Which is bad. So basically, when I go into a rage in a 10-foot diameter around me, there's going to be an aura. And for my storm type, I picked C, so it's going to be basically just a sea storm around me, and once per turn I can pick somebody in that range, and they have to make a dex save, and if they fail it, they take 1d6 damage, lightning damage.
Ah, cool. You may have to remind me of that, okay? But
yeah, I'll let you know when we get into combat.
okay, this is what you see. I'm gonna set something up here. Let's put you guys right here. The path ahead, without kind of doubling back, you see like this gigantic collection of 2 mushrooms that like.
I was about to say those look like mushrooms.
Yeah,
Mike and Ed.
yeah. They these 2 mushrooms are definitely out of place here. And the next thing that you see, you hear a commotion, and you hear like this like. Oh, let me set you guys down here actually.
Can I sense any strong evil with my divine sense?
As a matter of fact, so you use divine sense.
Yeah, it's an ongoing. At any time I'm in the presence of strong evil, it registers on your senses like a noxious odor.
No, you can use divine sense. I think 3 times per long rest for a paladin.
Oh yeah, it equal to a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier, which is 0. So I can use it once per long rest.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of something else. My bad. Okay, so you guys, what happens is you come up on this area where it looks like you're going to have to wind your way up some terrain, or else you're going to have to double back and go back the other way and try to find another way around. But as you approach it, you see these 2 gigantic mushrooms shooting up into the sky, and way up above the other trees and brush and foliage in the area. You hear like a skittering and like up ahead, and you activate divine sense.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely sense something evil up ahead.
Is it celestial fiend or undead?
So this is how I like to do divine spellcasting. What happens is you get kind of sick to your stomach, like it almost like, and you've been learning this stuff for the past year, like how to connect with the divine and holy aspects of reality,
Right.
and whatever deity you've chosen to focus on is yours, and it makes you this unholiness, this kind of thing that should not exist rises up in you almost like bile. It makes you sick to your stomach, and that lets you know that this is a thing that is a fiend in nature. It's something from the lower planes. It is evil and demonic.
I turn to Ardrith. For the record, in the city, he refers to Ardrith as my king, but I think he doesn't do that once they're out in the bar. He says, "Careful, brother. There's a strong evil presence ahead of us. I can sense it."
Oh, grand. Just what we need. What are your thoughts? You think we should move ahead or turn back and find another way?
I think that our options are limited. With the way that this forest has grown, I can't tell you for certain if we will be able to find a brief alternative. I would say that it would be best that we move forward with caution. I sense a fiend ahead of us. I can't tell you its nature or its strength, but it is up. It's your decision. But I would say that our best bet is to just move forward and take it as it comes. I am confident in our ability to answer anything that attacks us.
I don't know. Ross can come up with some good stuff.
Well, Kriv doesn't know who Ross is.
Well, I know. That was out of character.
Right.
Just-
Kriv's unaware of this higher power with malicious intent.
This like capricious, evil, devouring god of the universe that doesn't even.
An arcane trickster deity. Basically, the Loki of...
I think we will cautiously approach.
Well, since you have advantage on that, why don't we do one more percent? Actually, well, you said cautiously, so you're going to try to like sneak forward, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you make a stealth check with advantage.
Well, fuck me. It's an 8.
All right.
Not super stealthy.
And tell me what your ACs are.
So my highest on the stealth check was a 15.
Got an AC of 17.
17. And you're mounted right now, by the way. So you have Ardrith, you have your shield and your lance.
Okay, so my standard AC is 19. So, gosh, what's that boost me up to?
One shield
It's
plus 2.
like absolutely ridiculous. Plus with defender, that boosts me up even further.
The one thing I don't love about barbarians is they're not naturally inclined to high ACs.
So what is it like? Gosh, like 20, 23 or 25 or something like that.
Jesus.
Okay, so 25. Okay, so all right, you definitely you can see what you're dealing with ahead. There are these creatures, and there are. Let me tell you how many.
Well,
crap. Let me see here.
That looks like a mega sloth.
Sorry. There's like a bunch of them. And then you can see as well like a couple of other... they almost kind of look like dogs. And then the creatures behind them look like these like slumbering, almost like humans, but they're shorter, and they just kind of moan and slumber around, just lumber around slowly. They're heading towards these giant mushrooms, and they definitely do see you. Roll for initiative.
So there's two different sorts of creatures.
Yeah.
18.
Got a 16.
Kriv is able to go first.
So they're up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these grids the same 5 foot? Are we operating on a grid, or can I move up?
You are operating on a grid, and they're about 5 feet across.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll move 40 feet up. And, well, I guess I probably couldn't shoot him from this position. I'm imagining this cliff's in the way.
All right.
That's my movement.
All right, and it's Ardrith's turn.
All right, hang on. Let me see here. Okay, I can't get up any other way than I'm gonna follow behind Kriv here. I'm gonna move up cautiously with Kriv.
All right, and you guys could take. There's an action for it. I think it's called
Oh,
defend or something like that. Basically, it will give you.
can I take a dash action?
You could take dash as well, yeah, if you want to move double.
So that's gonna actually get me to there.
All right. And then I don't know if you want to do it, Ardrith, but it's called like guard or defend or something. It basically gives you advantage on a, being attacked or something. God, I gotta look that up. E5E actions.
I need to try to move up here. Well, I need to try to get closer to Kriv. That way we can stick together a little bit.
It's called dodge. So basically, when you start your next turn, any attack roll has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, or a save advantage on a saving throw. If you don't do anything else on your turn, it kind of readies you so you're ready for whatever's coming at you. It's just something if you can do it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to take the dash action and move up here with Kriv as well.
Sure.
For this turn.
Okay. Let's see what these things
I'm trying
can
to.
do.
Almost form like a shield wall with Kriv.
Yeah. Except it's just Kriv's body because he doesn't carry a shield. But yes.
Right.
I'm trying to. Let's see. These guys, interestingly, cannot move very far.
You've got an AoE breath weapon though, so.
Yes, I do. I can spit lightning out of my mouth, and apparently now out of an aura of storm clouds that hover around my body.
These creatures, the two dog-like things howl and bark and slobber and spit, fly up out of their mouth, and they run forward. They look like those things from Ghostbusters, the two things that were up on the roof,
The demon dogs.
Yeah, and then these other things, they kind of look like just short. They're like this much shorter than me. And they're naked, and their flesh is just putrid, and they look like fat and gross, like covered in tumors. And some of their eyes, you can't even see, just their black bulbs, and they just lumber slowly toward you.
They're like undead. Are they undead? Or?
That is their turn, but then all of a sudden, you see actually two of them, what they do is they actually ignore you, and they go towards the mushrooms. It looks as if that was what they were intending to do to begin with. And all of a sudden, these other creatures, you hear like a screeching, and the mushrooms crack open in places, and holes open in the mushrooms, and these creatures fly out from the mushroom to attack these other creatures. Looks like you guys got yourself in the middle of a fight that was going on. Whoops.
Well, based on the appearance of our friends in close proximity, I'm just going to assume they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
If there are bad guys.
I'm thinking we jump in and help the birds.
Seems to be a good bet.
All right. It is Kriv's turn.
Let's see, maybe a little bit. Okay. I'm going to move up.
Sorry, I'm trying to move off of his character just a bit.
No, totally fine. I'm going to move up here. I'm going to enter into a rage as a bonus action. Just to read you. So, when I go into a rage, I emanate a stormy magical aura. It extends 10 feet from me in every direction. First off, the bonus effect of that, I'll go ahead and do that first. This fellow right here is going to need to roll a dex saving throw.
He failed.
Okay. Easy to assume.
I rolled.
He's going to take 3 damage right off the bat.
All right.
And then I'm going to attack with my great axe. That's going to be 13.
13 damage?
The 13 to hit.
Oh, hits.
Okay. And then he's going to take... He is going to take 14 damage. So
This
17.
dog, you're able to come up and just skewer this thing, and you slice it, and then as it dies, what you see next is that its body slumps to the ground and falls apart and kind of melts into an abyssal portal, and it almost simmers up into the air. The body actually disappears, as if it was never quite real.
I'm going to use a little bit more of my movement, and then I'm going to use my second attack, which I got at level 5 as a barbarian, to attack the second guy. 11 to hit.
It hits.
Oh, wow. I guess they're just fleshy monsters, aren't they?
These are those dog-like things.
Yeah, so that's going to be 12 damage.
All right. You slice the thing, and it howls, and its spittle flies out at you, and it lands on your armor. Let's see, it's Ardrith's turn.
Question: since I am mounted and I'm using my lance, do I have enough reach to stab this guy here from where I'm at below him?
You could actually. So here's the problem: you actually have a vertical component, a hypotenuse. So it's an additional distance. so you gotta come up here, but you're on a dang horse, so you got plenty of movement speed to do so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move, but I need to stay 12 feet or 5 feet away. Need to be at least more than 5 feet, right?
Yeah, I get it. You're in this square, but you're not up on him. I get it. You're more than 5 feet away. Yeah.
So I'm attacking this booger here.
The same one or a different one?
The one I'm pinging. The one that's next. Yeah,
Okay.
the one that's next to the one that Kriv just
Gotcha.
whacked at the head.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my first attack on him.
Okay.
La-di-da-di-da. A 19 to hit. Holy crap.
That's a
I
crit.
forgot about the advantage that freaking defender has.
That's a crit for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also a crit. So you can roll again, and if it manages to hit, you get double damage. Wait, no. But to crit, it has to be natural. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was.
Oh, it was a 19 with your modifier. Okay.
Yeah, it was a 19 with the mod.
Well, it hits.
Yeah.
And then that's a 14 for damage.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure that you guys get credit. How much damage?
14.
14. You easily skewer this thing, and the same thing happens when your lance goes through it and impales it. It shimmers and then melts and then kind of goes into a portal and simmers up into the air and disappears. And I believe you have multi-attack now at your level.
Yeah, I've got 2 attacks. Oh, did I attack the one that Kriv had just attacked?
Oh, I thought so.
No, I was attacking this one in front of him.
How much damage did you do again? I apologize.
14.
Okay. You do skewer it, but it doesn't die. Okay.
Okay, well, I will use my second attack on him.
Okay.
I'll attack his ass again.
All right.
Double poke.
Double poke. That's a 12 to hit.
Hits.
And a 12 for damage.
All right. Then it happens. Okay. And then now it's
All right.
It's their turn.
Meltified.
Let's see. This now I need to bring it back up.
Are you counting it 1 turn for the group? Wrong.
For the monsters, yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, come on. That's pathetic. Okay.
I'm really curious about the birds. They look cool as hell.
What's the board game or the card game with all the birds? I've been seeing so many reviews about that recently. You know what I'm talking about?
No idea.
Let me look it up.
Okay, here's what happens next. These creatures, they all run, and it all of a sudden turns into chaos. And one of these creatures, like this gigantic bird, it looks like a huge owl. And it even goes, whoa! And it flies in and tries to grab a hold of one of these things. The beast bats it off, and it flies on past, and then swerves back into the air to dive back down. This one swoops down in, and it hits Ardrith. And then another of these creatures, or Kriv, and it hits you for 10 points of damage. And another one of these, the dog-like creature, the one that's still alive, it claws you back, and it does, or to Ardrith, it does 10 points of damage. This bird swoops in, and you can see it fighting with another one of these things, and they try to fight each other off. It does 3 points of damage to it. So you've got a fight going on up here. These birds are swooping in to try to kill two of these things, and they're trying to fight it off. And then these things are piling up on you all, trying to
They're hitting us in the process.
And it's now Kriv's turn.
Could we tell if the bird hitting me was an accident? Or
It looks like it was trying to kill you.
can we tell?
And it
Oh,
kind
so
of does
it's
this thing
fighting
where it
us as well.
swoops in, and it hits Ardrith, and then it swoops past. And you try to hit it, but you can't. You can't get an opportunity attack on it. It swerves back around to swoop back in and hit you again.
Okay. That's a surprise. I thought for sure they'd be happy we were killing these devil dogs. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to. Let's see. Well, I guess I can't attack and then also prepare that action. I'm gonna prepare. So there's a dodge action. Is there also a post action where we could attack if they try to attack us? I don't think there is.
Yeah, it's called ready. You can ready an action to happen, and it uses your reaction. So if an enemy does something, it activates.
Got it. I'm gonna ready an attack action for when that bird comes back around, because it dealt some pretty nasty damage on the last one. If I was a wizard,
Man, look at the tactics on this guy. Yeah, using the ready action for these birds. Man.
Yeah, man. I've grown wise in my years.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll be my turn to prepare that ready action.
All right. Let's see. Wait, but you have. Can't you take another attack anyways as a?
No. So with the barbarian, it's not two separate actions. With the barbarian at level 5, if you take the attack action, then you can have two attacks, but it's not a separate action. If I don't take the attack action, I don't get the second attack.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was just looking that up myself because I was wondering if I could prepare attack and then also prepare.
Well, I'm going to rule it that you can do both your attacks, unless I'm wrong and tell me if I am. But otherwise, we'll just say that as a part of readying an attack, you can use your multi-attack feature. Is that right? Okay.
So you want me to, so I can ready an attack and then also attack that turn, or get a double attack as a result of the ready attack?
Because it's part of your reaction, I'm thinking you can use your multi-attack feature because it's your attack, right?
So I can maybe attack the dog creature once in front of me and then turn around and get ready for the bird.
No, I'm saying when the bird attacks, you could hit it twice because that's your attack, right? I don't know. That's my thinking. I could be wrong. I'll look it up later. Okay, Ardrith.
All right.
Or anything that triggers that attack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's in the car.
Oh, he's talking to his wife.
Yeah.
Never mind. That supersedes
Yeah,
the 5-second rule.
Yeah, it's in the little console. The
Yeah,
little
I didn't realize
cubby
that.
hole. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Shit, what am I taking for my action?
5 seconds.
I'm surrounded by these little shithead dogs, right?
Yep.
Corner, man.
Actually, one's
I'm
a
gonna-
dog, and 2 of them are like those humanoid creatures.
The funky undead.
Actually, I'm seeing that only it's those humanoid creatures at this point that are left, and there are 3 of them.
Those are fiends, I believe, not undead.
Anyways, you got 5 seconds to decide.
Well, I'm gonna attack.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna attack this middle one here.
Poke him. Give him that death poke.
I'm gonna poke it. That's a 21 to hit.
Is it a natural 20 or a 19?
No, that's with my bonus.
Okay. Cool. It hits.
That's a 15 for damage.
You utterly skewer the thing, and you see it also kind of melt into this abyssal thing. Its flesh just kind of melts into itself, and it disappears.
All right, I'm gonna take my second attack on this one.
Okay.
You've been rolling those fat, nasty attack damages. You got a sweet D20 on you.
If it stays that way is the question.
I know, hold on,
13.
Hold on. I knocked on wood.
13 to hit.
It hits.
To be fair, it doesn't hurt that. I think their AC is
20 for damage. That's not a nat 20 though.
You easily skewer this other thing. You come in and you stab them both really swiftly, and they all dissolve and disappear and die. It is now its turn. It's still trying to fight. Doesn't seem interested in running. It does 5 points of damage to Ardrith. Wait, no it doesn't. Sorry, your AC is 25. No, it doesn't do 5 points of damage. It like comes up at you and it like strikes you, and it's this powerful amount of force, and you can hear boom, and your armor actually reverberates, and Defender actually like and repels this force magically, but it's actually a surprising amount of force from this blob of tumorous flesh, and then all of this happens.
Jesus, I hate that. I hate that phrase so much.
Let's see. And then more bad crap happens.
Ross takes the giant "go fuck yourself" action.
Oh, cool.
Is it?
Okay. So, these birds that have appeared, one swoops in and it hits 25. Wait, actually, I'm sorry. I keep getting your AC wrong there, big guy. 25.
I've transferred all of my points from that I'm supposed to get as bonuses into my AC rather than into my attack.
This gigantic owl like swoops down, and it like that magical force from Defender activates again, and it kind of is stunned for a while, and it spins around for a bit, and it swoops back around to try to attack you again. You can see it almost kind of like return to target in the air. Then this other owl like swoops in, and it just demolishes this creature in its claws, and it just oozes out between its claws, and then it dissolves and disappears, and it flies up into the sky. And then this other one literally takes the things up in its claws, and then swoops off with it and carries it off. And now it's Kriv's turn. Isn't this thing dead? Didn't you all kill this thing? Am I crazy?
Not yet. I got real close.
Okay, sorry.
I guess Ardrith's been leaving it for me or something. Chivalrous. I'm gonna attack it with my first attack. Drop the D20. That's a critical fail. Well, I guess I'll use my second attack since that one.
No, you can. I don't care if you use re-roll it. I mean, that's no fun.
I had a DM once enact that rule. So that's going to be a 23 to hit.
Hits.
With 13 damage.
13 damage. You utterly destroy this thing, and it dissolves. And
oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to turn around on my horse, and I'm going to huck a javelin at this one right here.
Okay.
So let's see, what is that? Nat 20.
Oh wow, that critical hit. So yeah.
So I'm going to roll it again. The second one was a 12.
It hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. Damage is 8.
All right. Let's see. Wait, did you
16.
double it? 16.
16 total. Yeah.
Okay. Is that the lance? You're just using the normal lance with the normal javelin?
Javelin. Yeah.
All right. Okay. You launch the javelin up into the sky, and it skewers this gigantic bird, and it twirls to the ground, and with your javelin still sticking out of it. It's anything else on your turn?
That's it.
This other bird is terrified now, and it flies off. In your left, you can kind of still hear the screeching out in the distance, and as the sun is setting and it becomes dimmer, you can almost see a slight glowing off these gigantic mushrooms in places. And you are back in... Okay, that ends the combat. Now what do you guys do?
I think we should go investigate those mushrooms.
Okay.
Unless you want to just continue on in case to avoid any trouble that may pop its head up again, Ardrith.
Oh, can you say that again?
I said I think we should investigate the mushrooms unless you just want to push forward and try to get out of here before anything comes back.
Let's investigate the mushrooms, and then we need to set up camp.
Okay. I guess it's sun's about to set, probably.
Okay, so you go step up to the mushroom. You can see these things. They tower up about 40, 50 feet up into the air. They split off one another and twirl up unnaturally, and they umbrella out to either side dozens of feet way up into the air. There are little lines along this thing, it's almost like veins, and it looks like that maybe is where the owls came from. There's a slight glowing that's coming from there. And make a perception check.
Is that for both of us or just
Yeah,
Crib?
both of you. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got a 5, so not very perceptive.
Okay.
I got a 12.
A 12. Okay. You see, you're taking a look at this thing, and then you can see up on a hill. I'm going to move you guys up to this mushroom. There's a fawn up there standing, and the craziest thing happens. A glowing comes from its eyes, and it says, "Tell him he should return to us." And then, like, it prances off into the distance and leaves.
Tell him he should return to us? Is that what you...
Yeah.
Ardrith, you ever seen anything like that before?
Not since the Fae in the woods.
That's a first time for me.
What do you guys do?
Well, the deer's eyes seem to be glowing, and the mushrooms seem to be glowing, so I assume there's some connection between the two. I don't know if the mushrooms are powering some sort of magic in this part of the woods, or if it's something else. They seem to be causing it because the owls come from it and the deer are close to it. I just don't know who he is. Do you know who he is?
I have no idea.
Tell him to return to us. Can I do a...
Yeah, give me just a moment. I've got to step away for just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Ross, I have recently stepped back into the dating scene, or have made an attempt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, trying out this Bumble thing.
Is that like a dating app?
It's a dating app, but the way it's different is if you match, the woman has to respond first.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so like I matched last night with a girl down in Harrodsburg, which I'm really stoked about. She seems to have like a really strong faith and is a mental health counselor, but she has 24 hours to respond or the match goes away. So I'm sitting here on pins and needles. But I think it's a super cool dynamic. Probably lets the woman feel a little safer, more in control, which is good. So I'm hoping she responds. She seems super cool. But I had one coffee date yesterday morning with a match, and it was all right. Nothing really came of it, but it's tough, man. I dated Ellie's mom, but like we got pregnant first.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, we have a game. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope it works out. I mean, I hope that, I hope she responds and everything.
Yeah, me too.
What'd I miss?
Oh, just me talking about getting back into the dating game after.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, first time after separating from my kid's mom. So it's been a little over a year.
Yeah.
But what I was telling Ross was, Shannon and I got pregnant and then started dating. So like the last time I just went on a regular old first date was probably 2014.
Wow.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It is not like they are not right. It is not like riding a bicycle.
Yeah. I've been super old-fashioned with Holly. It took like 9 months before I even decided to be in a relationship with her, just soda pop dating, and then now, like, and I would advise anyone that old-fashioned is not always right, but like when it comes to dating, oh man, it's madness. So, oh man, I would never.
I'm a fan of taking it slow for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, oh my goodness. But it's been great with Holly.
Seems like it. You knew her from your table, right?
That's how we reconnected. I've known her since I was in high school, but we started playing D&D. Yeah, it was kind of how we reconnected.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys defeated all these creatures. Some of the owls flew off. They just dissolved. You can see the deer. It said that, tell him that he should return to us, and then it pranced off into the woods, and you've got these veins of just mildly glowing light from the mushrooms. Outer husk. What do you guys do?
We're just like
freaked
out by the fey deer.
The sun is setting, and it's becoming dark.
I'm more concerned by. It appears, I could be wrong, but it looks like the devil dogs we were fighting were almost some sort of construct, just based off of how they melted when we killed them, which tells me there's something nearby that's powering those. So I would personally be more worried about that than the glowing mushrooms necessarily.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I think we need to set up camp for the night.
You want to do it right by the mushrooms, or do you want to go a ways off and try to hide in some trees so we're
What's
not
around us here? Yeah, I'm seeing that there's like some trees up here above the mushrooms that maybe we can hide in and make a nice little camp. No fire or anything.
Right. I think we should probably. It would cost us a long rest, but we should probably set watch as well. Each get 4 hours in.
All right.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Okay. Well, let's set up camp then.
You set up a camp in the forest, some ways away. Let's see. And unfortunately, in the middle of the night, as you, let's see, who's got second watch?
I'll take second watch.
During second watch, after you've been awoken and you've gotten your rest, but Ardrith has not, you start to hear like the same chittering again.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
It seems to be coming from behind you, from the direction you came before.
Oh, back down the cliff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go over to the edge of the cliff and look down and see what I can see.
Make a perception check.
10.
You just hear noises, but they're the same noises that the demonic creatures were making.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go wake Ardrith up. Are they loud, like close?
Yeah, they're pretty close. They're within a few dozen feet, probably.
Well, I go shake him awake, but as soon as he wakes up, indicate that he needs to be quiet and point in the direction of point in my ear and then point in the direction of the chittering.
All right.
Let's see. I'm sure I've got some parchment with me, so I'll write a little note that says that I think we should try to stealthily move out.
It's dark.
Well, I know it's dark.
I think that they can probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both old soldiers. We can probably work that out without writing it down.
All right, you guys move out, and it's still dark. Where do you go?
Let's see. Pull the map back up, if you don't mind.
Well, right now you're not even sure where you are. So tell me, do you want to try to? Well, actually, the sounds are back the way you came, so you could only go further into the forest, or you can try to peel off into what might be north or south, or you could go towards the sounds, I guess. Yeah, those are like the four cardinal directions.
I want to move further to the northwest and try to get away from the sounds.
All right, make a survival check.
Back towards the mountains.
This will be the last series of checks of the day before you get exhausted.
14.
14 total?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Well, darn it. Let's see here.
I don't know if that's darn for me or darn for you.
Oh, I want you guys to win. It's darn for you. Let me find... here we go. This will work. Is that all dark, or can you see part of it? Actually, it'd be like that, and then...
Now it's all dark.
Good, okay. Now you should be able to see the lower right-hand corner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where the frick... Oh, there's Ardrith. I was like, where the frick is Ardrith?
I've got like a giant glowing hand, mace wielding Kriv.
Let's see. This is Kriv. You should have control now, and this is
Yep.
Ardrith, who should now have control. Okay. All right. You hear these sounds. Let me actually put those up. Now it sounds like even like talking, like additional sounds as well as the chittering and chirping and moaning. They seem to be getting closer.
From behind us?
Yeah, so Ardrith said that he wanted to go further into the forest, kind of the direction you guys were traveling before. And you did that. You went further and deeper into the forest, but it sounds like the sounds are still, like, following you.
All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to move up here a little ways. I was originally going to go towards the path, but at the moment I'm going to try to go up this way a bit.
All right, I'm going to rule that it's going to take till sunrise to take that point of exhaustion. So this is part of the first day. So
Okay.
you won't take the point of exhaustion yet, Ardrith. Kriv, you're good because you got your rest. Okay. So what is your intention, though? What are you guys trying to do?
I'm trying to move away from the fight.
Like hide
Trying to
or
find-
run or
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to run from the fight a little bit. Take us, try to get us closer to being out of the forest.
okay. You could probably run that far. You will make a lot of noise if you run, but you could run. It'd be like
That's why I said I'm cautiously moving forward here.
okay.
Yeah,
If you just move,
I
you
guess
make it
I
about
should
that
roll a stealth check or whatever. Huh?
far. Stealth in difficult terrain. You can make both make stealth checks. You'll probably make it about. I'll just move you back about that far.
That's where I started.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, you're right then. You make it about that far. Roll for stealth.
Six. Jeez. He's bad at these stealth rolls, man.
I got an 18 for stealth.
Great.
Sounds like Kriv didn't get a good stealth roll.
Nope.
Alright. You're about to see these things, so I gotta get them ready, and I apologize that it'll take a moment. No. Alright, and then one of these.
It's so dark.
Alright. The sounds, let's see. What did you get in your stealth check?
Ardrith got an 18.
Okay. And what did
I
Kriv
don't know
get?
what Kriv got.
Big old 6.
Good old 6. Well, they definitely hear you, and you actually hear a female voice say, "Both of you, stop. Stop where you're at. We will hunt you down. You will not make it to the mountains."
So which direction is the voice coming from? My map is still dark, by the way. I can't see my character any longer.
From where you came from, like back here.
Okay, I turn to face this person or creature or whatever.
All right.
That's fine.
I'd ask them who they are.
Oh. Awesome.
Obviously, I missed something.
I apologize. It takes a second to kind of get this stuff set up on Roll20.
Oh,
That
you're
always
fine.
sucks.
No, I saw something pop up really big, and then like Joel was like, "Oh, awesome!" Obviously, I missed something.
Well, he
like,
popped it.
crap.
I thought it was going to stay at the size it was when it showed up. In which case, it would have been like a battle axe wielding dragon that was 6 times larger than either of us.
Jeez.
I'm like, well, fuck. Guess that's a short session.
It's like, well, crap. Tiamat's found us.
I guess we'll never find out if dragonborn humans can procreate.
What do we all have here? And then there's one other thing. It's going to be like ooh, this is a good example of it.
It's like a white or a wraith, or not a wraith, but what's the
Golem.
You hear like this moaning of these creatures. These creatures all kind of shuffle through, and you hear this chittering and snapping of those dog-like things, and several humanoid creatures with small wings, but they're about the size of halflings. And behind all of this is a woman with 4 arms, and she says, "Lay down your arms and submit."
I don't think we will.
Well, I would like for you to answer my question before I make any hasty decisions. I say again, who are you?
I have no need to answer to you, King of Perenval. I think it might be a tidy thing for my master to end you here and now in this forest.
I turn to Crib and say, do you have any enemies you haven't told me about?
None that I'm aware of.
Apparently you do.
Who is this master you speak of?
That's... Oh, man. I'm so sorry. And the internet is slow. Come on. Come on. I will get you that answer because I feel like you need it. And I feel like she would give it. It's just really slow.
Told you. I think it's Windstream, dude. I don't know if you have Windstream or not, but I know our Windstream is horrible.
I've got the Windstream, but I've got the kinetic fiber.
Yeah, see, we don't have that here yet.
Yeah.
At least not at Mount Vernon.
When I was living with my folks, I was getting like download speed was like 4 to 8 megabits per second.
Yeah.
And then when I moved back into my place and put in the fiber, now I'm getting like 30 to 50.
See, we've got 20 here, but it's unreliable and spotty at best.
You're in Mount Sterling, right?
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
She says,
Castle County.
she
Okay,
says,
sorry.
Ilgralax, the servant of Ius.
Does that name ring a bell, Ardrith?
This is a name I'm unfamiliar with.
Well, it looks like we're about to become a whole lot more familiar. And Kriv pulls out his great axe.
Oh, you guys are going to fight?
Well, I'm still trying to talk at the moment.
Okay. I'll say Kriv, like, you know how cowboys, they flip their coat back so that their holsters are covered?
Yeah.
Kriv does that, but with his...
Flips his cloak back, and all of a sudden there's that axe there. Yeah.
Reaches for the handle.
Okay, what are you trying to say there, Ardrith?
Well, I don't unready myself, but I do kind of loosen my grip on my lance, and I step forward a little bit just to kind of show that I'm not trying to be a threat. I'm not trying to intimidate, but I'm being inquisitive. And I tell her, I don't know this name. I don't recognize the name of your master. Can you explain more?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Ooh, I've got a bonus on persuasion now. 15.
15. She's interested to actually talk about her master. She says, Ilgrafax was sent to this Vale of yours ever since the portal opened. We've been invited here. There is such glorious conquest that awaits us in this place. So many doors.
We open these portals not seeking conquest, but friendship, allies. Why do you want to conquer our land?
You could be an ally if you lay down your lance and submit to the churning chaos of the truth of entropy of our Lord.
Don't believe that's the kind of allies that we're looking for.
Then
We're
I
no
think,
longer looking to submit.
I think that my Lord will reward me well for ending you here and now. Roll for initiative.
All right. Oy.
17. Apparently the only thing I'm rolling well on tonight.
I rolled a 17 as well, so let me re-roll my initiative. 14. There we go.
We can actually, so I have your initiatives right here. We've got 3 options. Well, 2 right now. We can pause here. It's at 2 hours, and we can resolve this combat the next time we play. Or we can keep playing, at least through the combat, and reevaluate after. And I got plenty of time. It's up to you guys.
I'm good for the combat if you are, Joe.
Yeah, let's play through the combat here, and then we can pause.
All right.
I'll go do the dishes up and stuff that Jamie wanted me to do.
All these creatures lumber forward in the darkness and try to take you all down. Let's see, but Kriv is able to act first.
All right, now I'm going to go into a rage, and the storm crackles around me. So these are like little humanoids. Those are the ones that are the size of a halfling. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And then how big are these dogs we're talking?
They are like those dogs in Ghostbusters. Like they're bigger than people.
Okay, well I'm going to target that one first. Needs to save on a dex saving throw. Let me tell you what the target is here.
Hey, cat, that's my tape. Bring that back. Sorry, the cat just started rolling my tape out of the bedroom.
It needs to. It's a DC 14.
He passes.
Okay, so he's going to take 2 damage off of that.
Which one again?
This bad boy right in front of me, the dog right in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit him with my first attack. I forgot in this last battle I was not adding my rage damage bonus at all.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah, I was leaving out that +2. So the first one is 23 to hit.
Hits.
That does 14 damage.
You destroy it utterly.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And then I'm going to turn over here, and attack this sucker right here.
All right.
15 to hit.
It hits.
10 damage.
You slice through it, both of these things with your axe, and they evaporate.
Don't get lured in. Easy minions means a hard boss.
Right.
Let's see, it's Ardrith's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go for this dog here.
Okay.
Actions. Say 19 to hit.
It hits.
That is a 12 for damage.
I'm actually completely wrong. She is way bigger than I mentioned. Like, way ass bigger than I mentioned. So I apologize for that. She's got 4 arms and blades in each arm and a long tail that whips around, and she's like 3 times y'all's height. What was the damage again on that dog?
12.
12. You completely destroy this dog.
So she's like Shiva from Mortal Kombat, Goro's sister.
Yeah, exactly. But she's also on a. She has like a serpent's body at the bottom with a.
Oh, okay, interesting. Oh God, dude! Now you've. Yeah, I've got to buy a Medusa figure now so that I can make a custom of this particular character. That's gonna be cool. Yep, I'm gonna do that.
Do you have a second attack there, Ardrith?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I got off on a tangent thinking about the potential there to make a figure. All right, I'm gonna attack this.
Like a snake version, like a serpentine lolth almost.
Yeah, roll to
Attack
hit.
this white guy here. Or Wraith, or whatever.
I'll say the nice thing about these smaller parties is I get a lot more out of my race.
Jesus. This is a 25 to hit. A
Okay.
17 plus 8.
Okay, it hits.
And then a 12 to damage. It's a 9 plus 3.
You pierce this thing through and destroy it, and it is now their turn. And they rush forward to attack you all. They don't seem afraid. And they fail to hit. She just stands towering over, watching you in the dark, and she doesn't even act. And it is now Criv's turn.
Yeah, she's gauging our battle. She's smart.
If I slip, will I take 2 opportunity attacks right now?
Unless you take the disengage action, which would be your standard action for your turn.
Right. Yeah, I'm not about that life. Well, I know I'm going to go ahead and take out these guys while I'm here. So this guy right here, make a dex saving throw. DC 14.
Hold on just a second. I need to do some things.
Woo, I got pushed way back.
Sorry about that. I just had
Oh,
to
you're fine.
do some things. Okay.
Try
All
and
right.
fix it.
DC. All right. Fails.
Okay, so that little guy's going to take 5 damage right off the bat.
Let's see. 5 damage.
Lightning damage.
Kills him.
Jesus Christ. Okay. And then I'm going to... That doesn't even count as one of my attacks. I'm going to attack this bastard right here. 12 to hit.
It hits.
12 damage.
You pierce the thing and it howls.
Doesn't die though.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna attack it again. Nat 20,
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
and I rolled a second nat 20.
Jesus.
and an 18 for the third, I guess.
You easily slice through the thing and it dies.
And then just apparently stand there hacking away at its lifeless corpse.
Yeah, you swing through the dark, and as this thing evaporates into red infernal particles, and it is now Ardrith's turn.
I'm curious. Do I have like a charge movement attack while mounted of any sort?
Did you guys say that you mounted? Because you were asleep.
I think I would, if we were trying to be realistic.
Yeah, we were moving out. So
I imagine if we were sneaking, we would be leading the horses, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I'm fine either way.
You would need to take an action to mount your horse, which I think I'm just going to say you can do. Not a standard action. Sorry, it would be like part of your movement. I'll look that up later. I'm just going to roll that.
Yeah, I'm gonna mount my horse.
Okay.
Because I want to do a charge right through this guy, so that I can kind of get over here on this side and attack him at the same time with the charge.
All right, you'll incur an opportunity attack from this one, but yeah,
that'll be okay.
25. Right.
Yeah, I'm still running with my.
He misses a bit. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay.
It just clings against the.
I just roll a standard hit dice, right?
Yep. Roll to hit.
Okay, that's actually a 10 to hit.
Let me make sure. It actually hits.
Okay. And that is a 9 for damage.
You kill it. And if you wanted to attack again, I don't know what your plan is, but you could prevent that opportunity attack if you try to kill another one.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'll attack this guy here.
Okay. You could just say that you're doing it as you're moving through there.
All right.
Well, he missed anyways.
Oh, 28. A nat 20, baby.
Okay, roll again. See if you hit.
Hell yes. The second one is a 12.
I killed one for 5 damage, so.
It hits. Roll for damage.
So a 12, and then I double the damage because it's a crit, right?
Yeah.
So a 24.
24. You easily destroy this thing. It evaporates. It is now this remaining monster's turn. It turns around for a moment to its master and squeaks ah! And the master just points the blade back, and it turns and runs towards Kriv to try to attack, and misses. And this gigantic 30-foot monster is just standing there in the darkness, watching you all. And it is Kriv's turn.
Okay. DC 14 saving for your little guy.
Passes.
Takes 2 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to flip this one, so I'm going to incur an opportunity attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to move up to the big bad.
All right.
And I'm going to attack with my axe.
Go for it.
19 to hit.
It's about to hit, but then she takes one of her arms and simply spins around, and supernatural speed and a sword intercepts your axe blow that you were certain was going to hit. Sparks fly off into the darkness, and she parries the blow with lightning speed. It's unable to hit her.
Let's see. Well, I'm going to try my breath weapon. She needs to make I imagine she's going to pass this. She needs to make a dex saving throw. DC 13.
Fails.
Fails. Okay. So she's going to take damage. Well, plus I'm raging, so 8 damage.
All right. What does that look like when you open your mouth and that stuff, and you do that?
Well, I'm swinging in with this brutal attack, which would, with my axe, which on almost any other creature would have just split them open.
Yeah.
And she does it so fast I almost can't see it. So Kriv like recoils for a second, kind of like looks at his axe, almost like it was his axe's fault, and then gets super angry, incredibly just furious, and opens his mouth, and it's almost like he's roaring in anger. But as he does, this massive single bolt of lightning comes out of his mouth and connects with this ginormous monster.
Yeah, it does that, and it ripples into her body, and it lights up the night sky and the forest around you for a moment, almost like in bright white light, and then you can see like bolts of electricity arc and snake around in part of her body. But she doesn't seem to be in pain, and it is Ardrith's turn.
All right. Oh, sorry, I was muted for a second. I didn't realize I had. Okay.
It didn't seem to affect her much.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take an action to talk, because I know what she's been doing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take my action to talk to her.
Okay.
So I'm sure you've been watching us fight and reading our moves, and you seem to be pretty smart. What tactical advantage do you seek to gain for your master? Do I need to roll for persuasion on that, or?
No, well, yes. Sorry.
Okay. All good. That's why I asked. I'm like, well, I better ask if I need to roll for persuasion on that.
I gotta kind of pull together some lore and different things and world stuff at the same time, so like.
Oh, that is a 17 on my persuasion check.
She smiles and dang it. She says, "You are all commanders of mortal kind. I am a general. I am a general of Nilfheim. For thousands of years, I have commanded the forces of the Abyss. Victory is always in this, in knowing your enemy first." And she cackles, and a portal appears, and let me make sure she can do this, actually. Is anybody near her? That was your action, right? But she says that she's a general of Nilfheim of the forces of the Abyss, and where the frick is... Here she is. You're near her, you said?
I'm like standing right beside her, yeah.
You can attempt to make an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Magical fields surrounds her, and you can see that she's about to create a portal.
22.
It hits. Actually, does it hit? Let me see. Oh wait, no, that's a reaction. Let's see. What was it again? 22?
Yeah.
It does not hit. And once again, like this blade spins around, you're certain that your axe was going to connect, and then it just pings off this blade that almost like supernaturally connects with it.
Jesus.
And then she enters this portal and disappears, and you have this one little demon left.
And she leaves her minion.
Yeah, he's like, ah! And like...
Can I grapple this minion and try to capture him?
Yes, you can try to grapple the minion.
I want to grapple the minion.
I think he's
What?
going to evaporate as soon as you touch him.
I need to roll a strength check for that.
Yes.
That is an 11 on the strength check.
He squeezes out of your arms and runs away into the wilderness and disappears.
Little shithead. Wriggles free.
I'm not
Slimy
wasting.
little bastard.
I'm not going to waste an lance on him.
You're left alone in the darkness, in the wilderness.
Well, obviously we've got problems.
Yes, I'd say so.
I think it's time we have Undil and Felsane try to move us again.
What, I've never heard of this Nilfheim. Is this something you're familiar with?
I've heard stories from places I've been before here.
It seems we've attracted some unwanted attention.
We always thought of it as mere fairy tales.
I think if we can assume anything moving forward, it's that the line between fairy tales and reality has been blurred.
I agree.
Well, I'd say there's nothing for it but then to move forward. She seems to have decided to leave us alone for the time being, so we should take advantage of the silence and move forward with our goal.
I believe so as well.
If Ardrith doesn't find an opportunity to rest for 8 hours, he will have exhaustion in the next day.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that then. Do you want to go ahead and rest, Ardrith?
Yeah, let's see if we can finish our rest.
I assume that you leave where these demons were and you find a place further into the woods and you're able to rest. It goes later into the morning, but you do manage to get some rest either way, and you wake up back into the Vale and the forest.
But yeah, I need to get my hit points back.
Yeah,
That
get
bird
all your
was
hit points
nasty.
back and everything. We can pause here, or we can keep going, and I don't have anything going on today, so it's up to you all.
I'll pause here if that's all right. I got to get some stuff done this afternoon.
I hope that's okay. I just wanted to play D&D. I didn't want to
man.
Yeah, I didn't want to we got to meet this point by 2 hours. The way I'd initially planned this to be like all right, we're going to have like a role-playing session, and it's just going to be Ardrith talking to this dragon. But as I looked at it, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to play D&D, and I don't want to,
Right.
So you guys
I think that was the right way to go with it, because this is what I've been needing, man.
Yeah, you're on an adventure. Of course, now you and Kriv are we're going to have to schedule with you guys and resolve your adventure.
That's fine by me. The last time the last time I played in Perenval was the big battle there. I haven't played
Same for me.
I haven't played any of these other side games that people have been running.
Yeah.
I've just been so busy with other stuff, and like I get lost between, like by the time I usually look at the role playing Facebook Messenger, there's like 45